Hey Jansu, can you hear me? Can you see me good? I'm streaming from YouTube. It's my first time, so I'm just kind of checking the screen. It doesn't look the same. Yeah, screen doesn't look the same, so I gotta get used to it. It's weird. You can't hear me, but you can see me. Okay. Let me see. Well, my microphone's not on mute, and it's on full. You can hear me and you can see me. Oh, I thought there was a can't in there. Oops. How's everything going? Are you guys home from the hospital, sweetie? Adam should get to go home today. Right on. Hey, SS. Streaming off of YouTube. Thanks for the info, dude. I was not aware. I guess I would have figured it out at some point, but there's still restrictions. You still need 1,000 subs for some access of some things, but hey, we'll see if it buffers. That's going to be the main thing today, to test if it's worth me using this app or not, right? Should I just keep using my app, or should I just do it directly live? In the last week and a half, every half an hour minimum to 40 minutes, my stream buffers from the app that I was using, so maybe this one won't. We'll see. I'm kind of miffed because you still need 1,000 subs to access any, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't change anything for me because I was already streaming from an app. But hey. Gotta have 1,000 people. I'm only at 520. Thank you to those 520, by the way. Am I using the YouTube? Yeah, I'm on the YouTube. Does it look different for you guys? I don't know. I'm looking at my app, but like I'm full screen now instead of being like a little version of myself. So I guess that's good for you guys, right? It's like the full screen. You get to see all of me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You get to see all of me now. As usual, I hadn't really set up, and I don't have my glasses on, so. Oh shoot, I'm not even sure where my glasses are. There. Got him. Adam was saying yesterday that he needed to have everyone send him anti-gas healing energies. Why? Does the stint make him gassy because of the ballooning of him? Looks good. Thank you. Me loves you too, Jansu. Lots and lots, and Adam too. What is this for? Oh, I can put like different filters on myself. I've never done that before. Okay, I just did something with the chat. We'll see how that goes. It's weird, it fades away. Oh gosh, okay. It's not the ballooning. It's not the ballooning that made him gassy. He's just gassy. Hi, my world way. My world, my way, Helen. Hey, my world, my way, Helen. I love that name. Are you Helen Skygazer? Or are you a different Helen? Hope you're all doing well. Helen from the UK? Are you Helen from the UK that I know, or are you a different Helen? I haven't had a check-in from Helen Skygazer in a long time. And you know what one of my favorite songs is, and I listen to it like every week. It's a song called Helen by Rock Voisin. Rock Voisin. I was just listening to it yesterday. It's a Dirty and Son says anti-gas healing prayers. Sign me up. Sign me up, buttercups. We not tootin'. We not be tootin'. My world, my way, Helen. I haven't been over to your channel for quite some time. Well, thanks for being here today. I'm kind of weird, in and out of moods today. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream for long. We'll see what comes out of me. We'll see what comes out of me. Burping a lot. I've been burping a lot lately when I'm streaming. My voice, my throat chakra is just like, it's weird. Weird. A lot of, just, I would use the word activations, right? Activations, clearings going on. Maybe a fart, Genevieve. It's going around. Me not shy. Everybody farts sometimes. Oh my gosh. Peacock Spirit. 46. Peacock Spirit. Let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Speaking of let it shine, let it be. The Beatles just released a new album. It's not really new, but it's like, I don't know, a version of Let It Be and a bunch of songs on Spotify re-released. Like, wow. Okay. I'm not sure. Let me know, guys, please. My world, my way, Helen says, I keep freezing getting a black screen on my end. I'm not sure if anybody else is. So let me know if it's buffering, if it's freezing, if it's doing stuff. Because I really don't know this. I've never used this yet, right? Hey, Paradox Fossils. A meteorite struck through Canadian woman's house? Right on. Where? In Canada. Canada's really big.
Get carrots at Freshco prices and don't pay more for fresh. Freshco.
Wow. Ruth Hamilton of British Columbia.
Hi there. This message is for
has a
anyone in
story to
Ontario that
tell.
doesn't have life
A
insurance,
meteorite fell
especially
into
those
her
in the-
bed. Wow, that's gotta be good luck somewhere, man. What am I doing in Ontario if meteorites are falling in the beds in British Columbia?
1 a.m. Just imagine yourself in a deep, deep sleep. No cares in the world besides your dreams. And then all of a sudden, parts of your roof and ceiling end up all over your face, and you wake up to see this next to you in bed. Well, my friends, that is exactly what happened
That's
to
like-
Ruth Hamilton on October.
Woo!
She said she is
Me's
grateful to
next,
survive
suckers!
after what seems like the unthinkable takes place. There is no exaggeration here. You are reading this title correct from this article out of British Columbia, Canada. A meteorite on October 4th crashed through this woman's home, landing on her bed right next to her as she slept. I will
Wow.
link the entire
That's like winning the
WNEP
lottery and you don't even have to
article
go out and buy
here
a
for you guys to
ticket. It
research
just
yourselves.
lands in your
There's
bed.
also an image taken of this actual meteorite. It was picked up by American Meteor Society and was verified by Western University, and they verified 100% this is a meteorite. Let's go ahead and read some of this. This was out of British Columbia, but the article coming out of Washington. A Canadian woman survived an extremely close call when a meteorite came crashing through her ceiling and landed on her bed.
Man.
Hamilton told the Canadian press she had been asleep for hours on the night of October 3rd when she woke up to the sound of her dog barking. Moments later, the Golden, British Columbia resident said she heard what
Golden,
sounded like an
British
explosion
Columbia.
and felt debris all over.
Huh? Me's been to Golden. I swear I'm next. Come on, guys. If she can have a meteorite land in her bed, we can do that too.
What?
The meteorite landed in a woman's bed in British Columbia on October 4th.
Did it kill her?
No.
How big was it?
About this big.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Oh.
It looks and sounds good? Okay. Yeah, Jansu, I'll pull you a card. I'm not going to read the Peacock Spirit. I think Let It Shine is, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. I think the bursting heart space, open your heart, says it all too, right? I know, Paradox Fossils, it's going to be valuable. It'll probably sell for over $250,000. I know, dude. And that's the thing. I love that you shared that with me today, Paradox Fossils, because guess what? I've been saying for years now, watch for the meteorites, watch for the new crystals. They're going to be right. It's going to be very easy, but I never predicted or thought it would actually land in somebody's bed, right? So that actually gives me hope. That actually gives me a bit of faith today. Because the meteorite's actually worth something, because she wasn't hurt, because, I mean, it went through her roof and landed in her bed. Is like, just, it's a miracle. I don't know. Hey, Mr. Hugh. How's it going? Yeah, I know, that's dope. It's a money kind of superpower. I know, Jansu says I'm not so cool. Jansu, I beg to differ. I think you are, and for all that you've been through in the last year, if anybody deserves a meteorite landing at her feet, let's not make a roof hole. It's you, baby. Oh, that's funny. Just sharing that, Paradox Fossils. Seriously, that gives me hope. It matches with what I say. I believe it. What do you mean? Because of the story behind it. I didn't listen to the end of the thing. Jansu, I'm going to pull you a goddess card. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this lady keeps coming up. I can't say her name for shizzle. I cannot pronounce her name for shizzle. Water. 33. Good. You felt like the peacock card was for you? Essa, feeling in that kind of mood? Good. Take it. Take it and let it shine. We can't hardly wait to see you live stream. And you know what, Saturnian Sun? I only stay in live streams where people are just being themselves. That's it. Ooh, is that how I say it, Jason? Thank you, Mama Kocha. Oh, thank you. If I forget, remind me. Mama Kocha. That makes so much sense. Yeah. I only stay in live streams, SS, where people are being themselves. So some live streams that I like watch, it's like there's more silliness, more randomness, more like nothing really follows itself because it's just a flow, right? It's just a flow. That's what I like the best. I don't, you know what I mean? This applies. You love peacocks, Jansu? Me too. Peacock feathers from Angelfish right here. Got the peacock feathers right here beside me. I felt Goofy. Good. Goofy is good, SS. Especially right now. Goofy is like probably the best. No joke. Get it? Goofy is the best. No joke. Mama Kucha. Kocha. Kocha? Kocha. Kocha. The world we inhabit began from the oceanic waters of life and the waters that surround us in the womb, both of which are the domain of the Incan goddess Mama Kocha. We are most attuned to the qualities of water as the element of water symbolically represents our emotions, and our emotions move to make us and perceive the world as we know it. The beauty in the give me a second. The beauty in this truth is found by observing water in all her properties and form. Water is fluid, and it passes through cracks and flaws in the ground without stress, moving around obstacles, patiently wearing away at the most jagged rocks till they're smooth and gleaming. Water ebbs and flows and comes and goes in powerful rhythmic motions and seas, and the ocean reveals their promise of release and return. Water rises up from the ground and seeds the clouds, and then rains upon the earth to ensure growth and sustain life. And then water does turn into hard ice and blankets the world in a protective shell of soft snow, allowing for the dormancy of life to herald a time of dreaming. Then the ice melts and the cycle begins again. The answer to your question lies in determining what form of water reveals the conditions of your life in the now, and then recognizing the next evolution of your life's potential. If you are in an ebb, you can expect a flow. If things are temporarily frozen, soon they will melt. If it seems that your world is too wet and temporary shelter is needed, you can expect new growth and sunny days ahead. Limited potential is revealed when this goddess comes to visit. That's you, Jansu. Jason. Mama Kocha is the ancient Incan goddess of sea and fishes, guardian of sailors and fishermen. The wife of Evira Kocha, oh, it's going too fast, and mother of Auntie and Mama Killa. Oh, whoa, I know that. Thank you, Jason. This Mama Killa's mama. Ah, that makes so much sense. How did I not know that? Thank you. Shannon 222, how's it going, sweetie? You cooking barbecue pork chops? You know, me so not crazy about pork chops. My ex liked pork chops like more than I'm not gonna say the word, but a lot. He liked pork chops a lot. So I cooked so many gosh darn pork chops in my relationship. I haven't had a fucking pork chop in like 4.5 years. Here, let me see if I can fix the sound by elevating my speakers. Let me know if it's a little bit better. If the sound quality sucks really bad, let me know. I'll just switch to the app that I'm used to. Really, it changes nothing for me to be live on YouTube. There's absolutely no benefit for me to be here versus on the app. So whatever works best for your guys' listening. Don't have the best audio. I just have the audio that comes with my device. You would think it'd be a little bit better because it's an iPad, you know what I mean? But hey. Water is life. Yes. Be like water. Hey, Joe Awesome One. Happy Friday. How did your day go, Joe Awesome One? Shannon says, I'm in the Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Hey, DJ Aoui Trippy. Thank you for going live. Oh, man, I feel like I'm being pushed and pulled. I was kind of just cleaning and doing random shit and thinking, I really don't know if I got the energy to go live. And then everything inside is just kind of just go. So here I am. How's your day so far, Trippy? Jansu, I've been extremely emotional the last couple of days. I've been patiently etching away for about a year now, and the water bringing new life along with it. Loves you, Jansu. I can honestly say it's been the weirdest couple days. I don't feel like I'm neither here nor there. I feel like I'm emotionless almost. So it's beautiful if you're having extreme emotion, because I feel like I've been sucked of all my emotion. The neutrality, detached part of me is so huge that I don't even feel like myself. Trace B, is it better now that I lifted it up? I'll rise it up a little bit more. I'll use Jimmy. Did a couple of Jim Morrison books. See if I can make the speakers be more better for you guys. Better. Let me know how it is now. Maybe it's a little bit better. Sorry about that. If the quality of the sound sucks that bad, just let me know and I'll switch over to the other app. Your day, Trace B. Yeah, Saturnian Sun. White meat. The pork? I don't eat much white meat. I can joke a lot about chicken, but I don't really eat a lot of chicken. I do randomly, but it's very, very, very rare. Angelfish's Damn You My Shell. Pork chops and applesauce. I never had pork chops with applesauce. I know it's like an American-y type of thing. I think maybe Canadians do it as well, but I've never done that. It sounds good for you. Angelfish, yes, Joe is flipping awesome. He is. Rawr. Trace B, I guess it's just me. Love you. I lifted my screen, so maybe the sound is better now. Saturnian Sun, this is a seasoned live streamer. Seasoned. I feel like I'm seasoned with salt and pepper. Push it. Push it real good. I didn't know the next word that I was going to read from Angelfish was I pushed you. I pushed you and me. Scarecrow, hey that way. How's it going that way? You can hear me, Trippy? It's good so far? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Saturnian Sun, my neighbor put up a scare squirrel? Is it a lie? What color of a squirrel? Jim wants to read, please, G. No, give me a minute. I just balanced my whole speaker system here. Well, my whole speaker system. I act like I'm got lots of equipment. I just put my iPad on all my Jim Morrison books to make the sound better. I'll change books in a minute, Angelfish. I'm just gonna catch up with the chat. Thanks for being here, Jansu. Hope Adam's feeling better today. Gets that release from the hospital. Pork chops and applesauce. It's a thing with green beans on the side. Ooh, nice. Me loves green beans. Hi, Ray of Thought. Ray of Thought. Changed it. Ray of Thought 24. How's it going, Ray? Saturnian Sun. I bet Canadians eat better than Americans. Huh. I don't know. I think it depends, just like in America, it all depends on which regions you're from and what you consider better, right? But everybody's got their own food styles across Canada. We're a melting pot of people, right? So everybody eats pretty much differently. Ray of Thought. Pork chops and applesauce. I've never had that. Funny sync though. Having my Nana over to help me make pork chops tonight? No way. That's a freaking sink and a half. Oh my gosh. Go get some applesauce just for fun then. Maybe have some for the kids. You can steal a little thing of applesauce to try it. Yeah, Jason Tomlinson. Eating better. Do Canadians eat better or do they eat healthier? Again, Jason, it depends on where people are from and how, how they were raised and their personal taste. Because we got fast food everywhere here across Canada that's available, not 24/7 anymore. Most places don't open all night where we're from anyways. Here, it's too small of a population basin. People don't go out at all hours of the night to eat enough for everything to be open. But Saturnian Sun, you're in a mood today, ASS. Good for you. So much good things today. Right on. Me loves feeling you happy, SS. Ray of Thought, you haven't had pork chops in a long time either, so you're trying something new? Saturnian Sun, healthier? I don't know. I know so many different types of people, right, SS? that it's hard to say. There's some families across Canada who only have boxed food in their freezer and cans. They don't buy fresh vegetables and they eat fast food more often than not, right? The family that I worked for in 2019, the mother warned me when I started that there was really nothing I could do to try to assimilate them to eat better. But I tried anyways, and it didn't work. They were born eating fast food and, fed the products, and that's all they would after. So Jason says they probably eat healthier, but they can't beat my double fork technique though. Right on, Jansu. Hear the crows in the background? We're just waiting for the hospitals to write up the orders. Good. I really feel like that trinity, the three stints, is the full circle. I'd love to see if ever Adam consents. Maybe not right now, but if you want to send me a picture of Adam today or whenever he feels like it, it's not about like just seeing the aura energy of him, his eyes, right? But because I can have a certain feeling inside when I see his eyes, boom, like that would be, excuse me, like epic confirmation. Eyes don't lie. Journey son, I got fat. It was more fun putting it on. Where'd you get fat? Hey, Paradox. Cold and rainy day in Missouri. See, I said it in that way again. Missouri. Cold and rainy day in Missouri today. My bees are staying in the hive. Right on. Need a little bit of rain, eh? Rave thoughts. Spiraling, we doing good in this now moment when I'm with you all, you beautiful people. This past week has been such a roller coaster. Yeah, I know. Crazy. And the only thing I gotta say about that, Ray of Thoth, is if we went somewhere to like an amusement park, we would not always stay on the roller coaster. We would change rides once in a while.
I'm taking a break.
Okay.
I'm setting time for 30 minutes, but I took my spot.
Cool. DJ AoE. I'm not sure what you mean by packing up. Packing up, sucker's gonna head out west. Gonna be a cowboy? That way. I went to the grocery store trip and stepped on my bad foot, and I'm just healing from that. It reminds me of that movie. I'm not sure what movie you mean.
Yeah, that
All I know is that whenever you think it's good, then you put a little bit of weight on it, and it's like, oh, I know that feeling. I only sprained my ankle for like real legit one time. It's when I had my restaurant. It was a Wednesday night. I still remember in 2004. Like no joke. I still remember. It was a Wednesday night in the fall. Could have been Wednesday of this week in the fall of 2004. And I was at my restaurant and I had a pool league. So the dudes, mostly dudes, the dudes were practicing pool on a Wednesday night. So I would work those nights, right? Instead of paying somebody. So first of all, I could hang out with my team. But second, so that I didn't have to pay an employee while people were practicing, because I paid most of their beers anyways, and I made them food. They were my team. Anyways, long story short, I decided to go into the basement to do something, to go get something, whatever, 10 o'clock at night. I went down to the basement, and I missed the last step. I missed the last step, so I fell.
I've done that so many times.
Yeah. So I fell. I almost passed out. I had to drag myself up the fucking stairs. I dragged myself through the kitchen. And then I stood up and went and sat behind the bar. And I acted as if nothing happened. I never told anybody I hurt myself. I didn't want them feeling all bad and being like, oh, blah, 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 right? So I was like, I totally sucked it up, buttercup. I didn't say a word. But I told the guys, you need to come get your beer. I'm just gonna go pick everything up at the end when you guys are gone. Oh my God. Thinking back, I should have called one of the guys to say, come get my fucking ass at the bottom of these stairs, dudes. Because walking and crawling up the stairs and then the kitchen's probably what hurt me more than actually falling down that last step. But hey. Oh my God. Yeah, it says some countries do it better in areas. A lot of the thing though is like it's how you've been raised, because listen, for myself, I raised Amy, my daughter, only on like she didn't even have what do you call it, baby food in a jar, right? None of my kids ever had baby food in a jar. But here's the thing with Amy, my middle child, especially, and even Sam did this because his partner says he hardly eats any certain things. And I'm like, what do you mean Sam doesn't eat hardly any certain things? He was born with them in his mouth. He ate them all his life. But then when he became the age to make his own food and to buy his own stuff, you know what I mean? He didn't flip into the mentality of the homemade. But Amy, when she turned 14, living under my roof, when she turned 14 and she got a job, her first thing to do was to buy herself like fucking Pop-Tarts and pizza pockets and every single thing that I had made from scratch her whole life, because I would make fucking Pop-Tarts and I'd make pizza pockets, but I would make them homemade. So she had never really tasted the boxes. So from the time she was 14, as soon as she had some spare money, she was buying herself like crappy food because she never had access to it her whole life. That being said, she's 21 now, and she loves the fact that there's like Ubers and skip the dishes. People will come deliver stuff to your door, and uses that like mega. But she's a major epic homemade cook as well. She can look in the cupboard, there's only 5 ingredients, and use it up and make food with it. So she's kind of on that yin yang type of, you know what I mean? Right on, Ray of Thought. Angel Fish just gave you the perfect meal to try out. I got applesauce and the green beans. That's the perfect plan. Something I know my kids will eat. Exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm having technical difficulties. Ray of Thought, homemade Pop-Tarts sounds so good right now. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to, okay, there, balance. Homemade Pop-Tarts are awesome. They're much better than the other stuff. It's a little bit time consuming, right? But for the effort that you actually do, it's amazing. Saturnian Sun. I'm not sure where that came out of, but as says Angel Fish, owls eat brains. I don't know what that means. Trippy. White Xbox fired itself last week, apparently. I don't understand what that means. I know that a lot of people are talking about like the weirdest technical glitches or TVs turning on or off, certain things like that happening randomly these days. If that's what you mean. Yes, that's gonna be a cowboy. Rhea Thought says, yeah, my Nana had a stroke over the summer and now food doesn't quite taste as good. Many factors to that, but I'm trying to help her by having her help with the food. She's recovering, but it's a process. Yeah. No kidding, eh, Ray? What age is she, if you feel like sharing? Yeah, I know a lot of people, young and older, right? Not just who've had strokes, and definitely the motivation of the effort, doing it together is definitely, you know what I mean? It's definitely good. I know, exactly, Ray of Thought. Says seriously, the roller coaster doesn't even describe it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't describe it anymore. SS says Ray, Nanas are the best cooks. Yeah. Trippy, I loved tending bar. Me too. I did for a heck of a long time on and off, and we're talking small, like Cheers style bars, right? Where it's all like local people and then random people like workers and people from like everywhere can come through, but where it's just like that place where literally everybody knows your name. Most of the times that I ever tended bar before, like in the early 90s to 2000s, children were actually allowed in, and it was that kind of ambience where parents would bring their kids to have a meal and drink, right? So saying that I've tended bar might make me sound like I'm cool and I work places that had like super weird or whatever, and it's like, no baby, it was like it was exactly like Cheers, except there was kids most times, right? So, and I say kids most times when it was like the night, obviously not, but it didn't become anything. I never been to a rave. I'd never been to anything. I'd never been to a fully functioning city bar. You know what I mean? Ever. Jason, I worked on a fractured ankle for 6 weeks and I fractured it again just before it healed. Advice: take the time to heal no matter how much you love what you do. Exactly, Jason. That ankle thing lasted me for, like, I would say at least the whole time I had my restaurant. My ankle was weaker than it had been my whole life, and like I don't feel it anymore now, right? But I can honestly say it took me 4 to 5 years to not feel it anymore, because every single time that it was better, I would do something and just kind of like reactivate the fracture, I guess would be the word. Oh, you DJ attended and had lots of fun? Yeah, me too. It was a small bar, so I was always the DJ per se, right? And when I had my own restaurant, I had like fully functioning like the DJ equipment. I wasn't so good at like doing the actual, setup. I was good at putting like certain things on and then having it play. But Trippy, be right back. Okay. Saturnian Sun. People could live on baby food and it's cheap. Ah, but that's the thing. Baby food has the same amount of crap as anything else has in it. SS. Seriously, just because it's in a cute little package with a little baby, right? Most baby food right now comes in Tetra packages, and those are known to be like really yucky inside, and you know what I mean, instead of glass. So, only Samuel ever had blueberry Gerber, because we were in Montreal when he was 3 months old. I had brought food, but at one point it was like, shit, we're here a little bit longer than I thought. I'm going to run out of food. So I went and bought him some blueberry stuff. And that's the only thing he ever ate. Yeah, Jason Tomlinson, homemade junk food. Definitely. Oh my gosh, you want to spike up your life a notch with the things you think taste good when they're like manufactured? Make them at home. I had never had a whoopie pie in my life, and then I found the recipe and I made them at home. My kids still talk about it today, right? You would ask my daughter, "What's the one thing you would want your mom to make you today?" And she would look you in the eye and say a whoopie pie, because it's like melts in your mouth. It's amazing, homemade. You can make everything homemade, from like fortune cookies, like every single thing is a possibility, like marshmallows, everything. Saturnian Sun. I cannot wait to try and explain movie theaters to my grandchildren. Boy, I don't even know how I'm going to explain any things to my own self, not to mention grandchildren, especially now. I feel like I got hit in the head today with like the most like, you are on this earth, but you know nothing. I thought it was a fucking joke that Captain Kirk was going up into space, but no, he's been and gone. He went up in a giant penis for 10 minutes and 17 seconds. So really, I have no idea how to explain anything to anybody anymore, right? Like, whoa. Paradox. I like to eat blueberry, pear, banana baby food. Right on. Oh my god. When we were kids, we would go out and buy baby aspirin, the pink baby aspirin. We would buy those as candy when I was about like 12 years old. We thought we were the shits because we were popping baby baby aspirin because it tasted so yummy. I know I shouldn't probably say this stuff out loud, but hey, it's too late. It slipped out of me. Oh, Trippy, I get it. Your game system won't work. It stopped while you were on vacation. That's weird, eh? Ray, yeah, I've always been wanting to eat a lot of processed food out of convenience, so it's been a while. Quite a process to learn to cook things and to take the time, prep, and I made some progress. Yeah. And that's the thing with prepping, like when you learn to do stuff, Ray, it's actually less time on a certain level once you have your shit together, right? Once you really grasp how to prep and what to do and the stages, right? You never make one thing. If you're making a casserole, you make it really big and you always freeze like a certain amount. So even if you've only frozen one portion, for both of your kids, for example, you can have a quick night. You don't have to think if you're not hungry and you get that out. You know what I mean? You warm it up and your kids got like the fast food is freezing stuff ahead or canning, right? But always make more. It's just me and Lily now. There's no Amy coming up the steps anymore saying like, can I have food? There's nobody texting or me calling her saying, come grab extra food, right? And so it's even easier now to like take a portion and put it away. But that's the way to go. Always make more so that you're always freezing, canning, or have something in the fridge. And it makes kids like anticipate leftovers. So if they liked supper and they know there's something like for in a couple days, or you know what I mean, like it's fun. And everything that we like in real life, you know what I mean? Like burgers are considered fast food, but they're not. A hamburger is actually really healthy, right? You got your bread, you got your cheese, you got your veggies, you got your condiments, and you got whatever meat. And you portion it in accordance. You can make the flattest patties ever with like, a ton of vegetables, and it's good for you. It is, right? She's 72, Ray. Right on. 72 feels like so young to me these days. Always, Ray, have the intent that you are the healer as well, right? Sometimes we forget she's my grandma, so you look up to her because she's the one that took care of you and healed you and your boo-boos when you were little. But you were allowed to gift your energy to your grandmother, right? And just sometimes we forget that as an adult, it's not just the youth waking up, right? A lot of people tend to disregard, I'm going to use the word elders and elderly, thinking like we're the only ones waking up. And it's like, man, no. If you had any clue, can you imagine being on this planet for 72 years and then all of a sudden, like all these things start happening inside your body that are your chakras, right? It's the same for every human, doesn't matter what age. So the awakening, ascension part for people in different age ranges brings through like that feeling of fear, right? So SS, vibe is important. Vibe is everything. You either vibe or you don't. That's where we're at, right? You vibe or you don't. In a matrix perspective, it doesn't matter to people if you vibe or not. You're my husband, you're my best friend, you have to do this, you have to act this way, you have to be this way, blah 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 blah. You have to blah 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 blah, right? But if it's not vibing anymore and you can't change yourself, you can't make yourself, right? Yes, can't sit behind a desk. I love building stuff. Thank you, SS. No buffering. Thanks. Already been on for 45. Thank you. Jason, I can't work at a desk either. It makes me fall asleep. Yeah, exactly. I always say too that people who work manually, whether it be any type of manual, right, where you're building things, it keeps you grounded because every single day you see the result of what you do. So it helps you to feel like you the creator being that you are, right? A lot of people who work construction and who do like manual labor jobs, they even if they don't necessarily maybe like are jumping up and down saying every day I love my job, they still do love it because they have that thing that they're manufacturing, making, manifesting something every day. So whether you're building a whole house or just renovating one bedroom, you see the results. It's tangible. You have a pride inside, right? You feel good about yourself because you know you did the job right. So it's grounding to have the manual labor jobs. That's one of the reasons that, for generations, people with manual jobs were like bullied, laughed at, made jokes about, and that people up here, right, the hoity toity kind of like, ooh, I'm this, I'm that. But we're in a lack across Canada of certain manual jobs because so many generations were like, it was looked down upon. So now, if you actually are a manual, person, whether you're masculine or feminine, you are in demand like this across Canada. You could get a job like this and pick and choose practically because you're an asset everywhere. There's not enough of certain, trades people anymore. You too, Trippy? Small bar as well? Yeah. Hey, my world, my way, Helen. Hello, I'm back. I don't know. It might be something wrong with our internet. You said you were in the UK. I've talked about it in the last couple days, and I started talking about it 3 weeks ago, actually, how there is, and there's sporadic internet and cell phone, either full outages or just not full service in random sporadic places across the world going on right now. So a lot of people have been reporting sporadic places, just various places across the world that, their cell phone says it has full bars, it says it has service, but it's not working. And a lot of intermittent in and out of certain abilities to be able to connect is happening sporadically everywhere around the world. So we're not going to have, and we haven't had a total blackout, but we're having just various spots everywhere, just having issues. I love playing pool, Trippy. That's the one thing I miss like the most about my restaurant is having the access to my own pool table whenever I want it, to be honest. Hey, David Barry 75, 210 Eastern Time. You came in. I can't tell what time it is now because my screen's a little different. It's 2:19. Yes, Sass. Does anybody remember candy cigarettes? Yes, they don't call them that anymore here. They call them sticks, I think. They took the word cigarette off the package. The tip is not red either, so that children don't pretend they're smoking. But we still have Popeyes. I forget. I think they call them Popeye sticks now. They're not called cigarettes, but we still have them. They do not taste the same. And you can make those homemade too. I have made those before. They didn't look as pretty and as round and as perfect, but they tasted really good. DJ Genevieve. I think not. Jason, you remember the candied cigarettes? Yeah, we would play cards. We'd play like poker and certain things and trade cigarettes and certain candies and stuff. We were pretty cool. Pretty cool. As we smoked a real cigarette too. Oh God, don't let my mom hear. My world, my way, Helen. I gotta kick myself to cook. I'm a nightmare for eating. I know some people who'd rather just like never cook but always clean up. I would be a perfect match for that person. Oh, Yeah, Jason. Also remember the Big League chew? Boom, chewing tobacco gum. Big League, yeah. Big League, Tom Cochran. I don't know if you guys know that song, Big League, Tom Cochran. My hockey sinks are through the roof right now. Just writing the word Big League, boom. Song by Tom Cochran comes up into my. Yeah, we can find that as well these days, but it's not branded the same way, Jason. It's not called that anymore. One of the things that I liked as a kid was the little garbages, and then it had garbage inside the garbage. Those were the best. And then you could keep the little garbage container. David, you get it, eh? I always cook enough for a family, and I live alone now, so I always have the leftovers. Yeah. I find it hard, like, because it's like I knew that it was coming, that Amy wouldn't live downstairs anymore, but it's just like, whoa, I was so used for almost a year again, like having enough for her and her friend, so for almost for two people almost at all times, and now all of a sudden there's nobody. So one of the reasons as well, I in my reality for a couple of years I shared my home, and I had a tenant downstairs, and I had separate tenants, and to be able to share the food, right? Let the food go around. But Angelfish says we have to stop eating faces, please. I go with the Phil Good. What he said a couple years ago has always stuck with me. We are in a paradigm where certain things are available and accessible. It's of a higher frequency and vibration to actually eat meat if we so choose, because it's already there. So what does that mean? Putting the frequency, sharing our abundance to buy what we buy that's already there, that's going to go to waste, be thrown out, or et cetera, doesn't really help for us as a whole collective to stop eating faces, right? So we can't just turn the switch off and all of a sudden all these things don't exist. So by using and having it and being in the paradigm of it's accessible, my body wants it, I need it, and doing it with grace and gratitude is of a higher frequency than the feeling of feeling bad or guilty or ashamed of eating the meat. So it's, you know what I mean? Trippy, playing guitar and listening? Right on. Jason, you can still buy the candy cigarettes. Just search online. Amazon probably has them. Yeah, for us, like I said, they're available. They just don't have the word cigarette, and the tip is not red anymore. Yeah, I thought when you said I'm playing guitar, I felt it was the acoustic. Trippy. Saturnian, this woman needs a song. Not sure what that means. Hey, Road Trip Eddie. Good signal, no buffering. I've been listening for a while. Good morning to all. Hope you're all having an awesome day. Having an okay day. Thank you, Road Trip Eddie. Thanks for confirming. Because at this point, I am testing. It's not a more benefit to me to be using YouTube, right? Because it doesn't change anything for me. I've been using an app for a year and a half. So if it buffers less on YouTube, then it's worth it for me to be using this. Two people have said that they can't hear me very well, so I don't know if my sound, you know what I mean? Like if it changed it. I lifted up to have the speakers more accessible, but with the app, we were noticing in the last couple of weeks that every half an hour to 40 minutes, I would buffer at least once, and then it would take 30 seconds to a minute for me to come back on. So if YouTube's not going to do that, and if the sound's good, then again, it gives me the two options now, so it's cool. Thank you, Eddie. Super. I'm going to share it if you don't mind. I kind of almost cried, not gonna lie, Eddie. I had shivers and I was so happy that you were playing guitar. I went and I texted Kirsten, Kiki, Saturnian Sun, and Michelle, Lee Cannon Free. And I was like, I didn't even take the time to write anything, but I texted like boom, boom, boom. I sent out the link to those three. And then I came back and you only did 2 minutes and 55 seconds, I think it is. I gotta find it. But I was like, oh my God, he's already done. And I was like crying. I can't find it. Why can't I find it? I just shared it. I'm gonna go into here instead and find it. It's gonna be faster. Oh, you put it as private. No wonder I can't find it. Anyways, it was amazing. That was like the best treat ever. Eddie. Okay, now I gotta get back to where I was. Ray of Thought. Honestly, I was prepared for something to happen, so I've been playing the role of healer in my family. There's a lot of dysfunction, and I've been learning emotional communication skills to help. Dude, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you did see it coming, eh? Knows. Jason, I grew up doing construction, and I do swimming pool maintenance and repairs now. The money's more steady. Right on. Ray, the universe, spirit, angels, guides, higher self helping me along with divine guidance during this process of soul integration, and I'm so grateful to feel more like my true self every day. That's beautiful, sweetie. Thanks for saying that, Ray. My world, my way, Helen. I love being outside working. Yeah. Road trip. I could never do it either. I even found it extremely difficult to be employed by another who was making fortunes for my efforts. Working for another equals work for life. Yeah. Yeah, personally too, I worked at a restaurant that had a seating capacity of 300 people. I could send you a link, Eddie, and you would see this place and you'd shit your pants. It's so fucking epically beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful places ever. Like, seriously, right? And then the whole time I worked there on and off, I was the lowest paid chef that ever got paid what I got paid. Because I'm a female, right? On that kind of way. But I remember when I told my boss, I said, when I decided found my restaurant and I decided I was opening it, I never told him. I just kept on working and I was doing all my business plan and I was, making my menus up and stuff. I was telling my employees, hey, I'm going to open my own restaurant in 3 months. You want to come work for me? And then 2 months before I opened my restaurant, I told my boss, giving him the leeway because you're the head chef that takes care of everything in a 300 capacity. When I say 300, that's just a one seating, right? So all day. So I gave him 2 months notice. And I says to him, I said, I'm buying my own restaurant and I'm actually opening it on September 4th, 2004. So I'm going to be done work in boom. And I gave him the date I was going to be done work. And he looks at me and he's like, well, what can I offer you to make you stay? And I was like, but you can't. It's too late. I already done everything. Everything's already done. The only reason I'm not operating it now is because the turnover time is September 1st. And he's like, but, I'll give you this. I will do this. You can have this. And then. And I looked at him and I said, no. I was like, I've been here for years. I started doing everything else, and then now I'm head chef. You've known what I'm worth for years. And I kind of looked at him. I was like, wow, I would actually offer me all this now. Why didn't you give me this like a year ago, a week ago, a month ago, before I made up my mind? I'm gone. I'm already gone. I just can't be gone. offering people the world once they're gone, right? How human is that? You're in a relationship, you don't even fucking talk to each other, and then you say, I'm gonna leave, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I will be better, everything's gonna be better. No, actually it won't. But yeah. Yeah, road trip. Do what you love. What comes from your heart, others will see and also desire. Yeah. She hasn't heard it yet. I got to record it or live it. Ooh, surprise me. If me is she. Assess, you roll your own cigarettes. They have filters, much less carcinogens. Right on. I cannot roll for squat. I can't imagine if I rolled my own cigarettes. Jason, leftovers equals a worthy challenge. Right.
The last bite of the pie.
What pie?
I was gonna.
There's pie?
No. Just what he said.
Oh.
There's no
Oh,
pie.
who gets the leftovers? Who gets the last pie? There's no
Yes,
pie.
There's
No,
no
I want
actual
pie.
I wish.
No, I want pie. Ray. Those candy cigarettes were great as a kid, and I had some as an adult. They're not the same. And although we lived in Cali, we'd go to the corner stores with all the Mexican candy, sweet and sour, spicy, delicious. Right on. My world, my way, Helen says, I love candy stick cigarettes. I've not seen them for years here in the UK. I'd love to know how to make them. Just check it out on Google. Say how to make like candied cigarettes and see what shows up. I'm not sure if that word, Google finds everything, you know what I mean? But it's basically just like white confectioner sugar and then whatever to keep it together, right? Assess. Sugar was my first addiction. Jason says, don't attempt the leftovers challenge unless your metabolism is a beast. I don't do challenges, so I don't know what the leftover challenge is. I didn't know there was black lines. Try putting it on the side. I don't like the way I look when I'm looking at the side. I don't like the way that I like being, I don't see the lines. I don't know. I'll try it out another time, Helen. I'm really not so tech savvy for flipping screens around right now. Ooh, maybe hang on. Oh God, that's even fucking worse. No. I mean not like that. Me not like that at all. Rawr. Thank you though. You're welcome, Helen. If you have anything you'd like to share with us, if you have your own channel and you feel like sharing, please do, okay? David Berry 75. I try not to eat anything that had a face. Chicken or tuna is about all the meat I eat these days, and the odd sausage, but hardly any meat in these days. Yeah. Same, David. You know what I mean? Like, I will make a lot of jokes, and I will when I talk about food, like during the live streams, when I ask what people are eating, and it's to give us ideas and stuff, right? And just the memory of food triggers people's like, oh, I would feel like this right now. But I don't really eat a lot of meat. Like, it's rare, right? Is it once a week sometimes, twice a week, or not at all, right? But that's the thing. I only eat it if I need it or if I want it. And you know what I mean? It's not a part of my habit. When we go do groceries, it's all produce, and then I grab random cans of certain things just in case I need those, and sometimes as an accent to food, right? But it's all fresh stuff. And I just, especially right now and anytime, but especially right now, we're fluctuating so much in our body patterns and what we need and what we don't need. And not judging it is really the most important thing, because really it's your higher self. It's not just, you know, your shadow aspect, the devil on your shoulder that wants you to eat sugar. Your higher self also sends you the triggers of what you're hungry for. And a lot of us right now, because the energies are so fluctuating, there's so many, like, you know, CMEs, there's so much solar activity. The more the collective is waking up and has like chaotic thought patterns, the more that those of us whose veils are lifted, we hear it all, we taste it all, we feel it all. Personally, I've packed on, I don't know, from 4 to 10 pounds. I don't know. I don't weigh myself on purpose since August to buffer everything. Because especially August, like I wasn't hardly even able to, you know what I mean? Like it was just surreal to me that when everything's full access coming in, and you got no safe haven, you got nobody to talk to about it, there's no shits and giggles happening in your background, and especially with all of us synced together and linked together within the tribe community, people don't even realize how powerful their thoughts are. So there's always something coming through for me. Like I can be lying in bed and be woken up with like a shot because somebody's like screaming like, I'm done here. I'm done right now. Like they are so in their dark night of the soul, like hitting rock bottom, that they're screaming inside, I'm done, and I'm the one that hears it. So the buffer of having a little bit of packaging on me has helped me. Also, meat helps ground me here. Because if I'm neither here nor there, as beautiful as it wants to feel and sound like when you're like all 5D and it's like everything's amazing, it isn't when you can't live it a certain way on a certain level either. So the grounding with the meat, some of us need it, and that's that. No judgment, right? Brave thoughts. I like to ask myself if I'm having an adequate day. And then if my answer is no, then where are my needs not being met? And that's creating whatever I'm feeling, and it helps. That's cool, Ray. Thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Gotta go, Paradox Fossils? To the store? Right on. Have a good time. Have a good day. SS, gotta go. My edibles just showed up. Jason, it's ignorant to pay someone less because of bias. Pay should be decided on ability and dedication. Dedication. Yeah, I completely agree. Trippy leftovers are my jam, man. Yeah. You know what? I know people who are so insulted with leftovers, they throw them out. No joke. It's beyond me, but just some people have the mentality that leftovers are disgusting. If people haven't finished what's made for supper, they throw it out, and that's beyond me. It just, you know what I mean? I just, whoosh. There are some things that are like better reheated, right? Certain things actually like are just like, oh my god, it's so good, right? Reheated. So I don't even grasp the concept of throwing food out for no reason. David Barry, gotta go. Children need me. I'll check back in soon. Thanks, David. Have a super day. Trippy, yes, you are she. Thank you. He's curious about you playing guitar. Brave thought, I gotta go too. Gotta do some dishes, dance some jams to some music, and go pick up my daughter. Yeah. Have a good day, Ray. Thanks for being here. Hi, Mountain Rain. How's your day going, Judy? I hope you're still here. I know I'm late in the chat, but I hope you're still here. No lines for you, Trippy? Yeah, I don't see any lines for myself either. And when I turn the screen the other ways, like I like this, right? And I know I have to divert to look at the chat. I mean, not mean to you. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't read without turning my eyeballs. I try, but I like being this way, right? That's it. This whoosh, full frontal. No fucking around and no angles and no filters, like nothing, right? This is what I look like and straight on. That's it. Mountain Rain. I used to light the candied cigarette. It smelled like roasted marshmallows. Dude, me too. I forgot about that. Yes. And that's why I said earlier, you can make the candied cigarette. It's practically just confectioner sugar, like marshmallows, and whatever glues it together, holds it together. And you're right. I remember. Oh my God. I remember that. We totally lit those suckers up. Thank you, Judy. You just I wouldn't have even thought of it. If you hadn't have written it down, no matter how many people wrote the candied cigarettes, I didn't associate that we used to light them as well. Shh, don't tell my mom. You okay? You need a garbage bag? You need a garbage?
There's stuff down
Oh,
there.
yes.
I saw that there's still stuff on here.
Okay. Rave Thoth, may all hear now. Feel, P-H-E-A-L. Heal, feel the blessings through their day of divine favor, unconditional love, compassion, kindness, serenity, courage, strength, bravery, gnosis, wisdom. Thank you for being you. Thank you. I love the way you pump me up with what you imprint with your writing, Ray of Thoth. He's grateful for you. Thank you. Have fun making pork chops. I hope the kids get a giggle out of having the applesauce with it. That's so funny. Oh, my world, my way, Helen. Thank you. She says, no, you set the screen up before you start recording. You can't do it while you're recording. Thank you. Let me not know that. I will check that out. There's probably a thumbnail. This is my first time on YouTube, right? Streaming. My first time ever. I usually use Streamlabs. And it really, when I started it, there was a weird screen and it said smile for a thumbnail. And I was just looking at it. And then it took a picture of me. And it's just my mouth. So I left it. Like, fuck, I don't know how to go back and, like, edit that. So I just left it. But me's just learning. Me's just learning. Oh, yeah, it does. My world, my way, Helen says, I know it can be a bit of a pain sometimes, but honestly, when we look at you in the screen, you look so tiny and far away, if that makes sense. It does. I'm not really crazy about people actually being able to see me, Helen. I just do this like this way to be authentic, right? I'm that kind of person that it might not seem credible or believable, but I avoided cameras my whole life. I did not even have a photographer at my wedding. My sister dragged my ass to under the trees to take pictures at my wedding. They told me, you go stand there with the family so we can take pictures of you at my wedding. That's the kind of person I am. In the 80s and 90s, I was known to grab my friends' cameras and rip the film right out of their devices if they took pictures of me without my consent, right? I started allowing myself to be taken in photos when I was 33 years old because I could see that cell phones were already taking over the fucking world and anybody can film you and take pictures of you at any time now. So inside of me when I was 33 started to adapt to certain things and to take pictures of my own self or to allow others to take pictures of me. I never thought I would be like blah, 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 blabbing here, right? This is higher guidance, this, you know what I mean? So I don't really have an attachment to being seen at all. But the reason that I do it this way is just because that's what my guidance asks of me, and that's it's this, right? The real part. V made a video of a flock I saw. It says something in French, I think. The video might be too blurry. Maybe you can help me. Let me see if I can grab it.
This one's for Genevieve. Because I can't read it. Help me out.
I can't see the writing. It's too small. I didn't see that video. That's weird.
Every
Whoa.
day, Canadians count on YouTube to
Oh, maybe I'll get it this one. Yeah, I'll have to look at it on my iPad later. That's so cool.
This one's for Genevieve. Because I can't read it.
See, I can almost
me
read
out.
it here, but I can't. I'll have to check it out
This one's for
on
Genevieve.
my own. That was just randomly there?
On my own.
Wow. That's weird. Yeah, Trippy. Eat, win, and need. Limiting yourself is still playing the game. Exactly. Limiting ourselves is still playing the game. Thinking of what anyone else should put into their body is judgment. That's it. Right? It's judgment. And to assume that you know what other people need because of what you need and what feels good for you is the biggest program that's going through the spiritual and new age community. How dare somebody tell people you don't need sugar and you know what I mean? You stop the sugar when some of us, that's what we need. It's the same with people saying salt is bad. You should not be having salt, right? There's always something that somebody's going to be saying that's bad for you that is your thing that you actually need. So it's like it's beyond me that people even, consider to tell people what they should or shouldn't be eating anymore. I think should be so past that, right? And the more that people are offended because other people eat certain things, the more that we're going to do it because guess what? That's why we're all here. We're all triggering each other all the fucking time, guys. All the time. And when you stop being triggered by somebody putting a cigarette in their mouth or somebody swearing or somebody eating meat or somebody like wearing a tight dress or somebody not wearing a dress or somebody wearing this or somebody doing that, that's when we're going to have harmony in this world. Till you are triggerless. It's not till other people do what you want them to do. It's till you are triggerless. That's when you're mastered yourself. Because people aren't going to do what you want them to do. And then when people tell you what to do, you are like, whoa, I'm not doing that. So, you know what I mean? It's really all really simple. Yeah, Trippy, be free and walk your way. Hey, Emoji King, my numb face. A friend with weed is a friend indeed, and bravery is a rarity. Yeah, bravery is a rarity. How's your day going, Emoji King? Mountain Rain, thank you, sweetie. I'm glad you're still here. It's nice to feel you. You just nailed it. Eating meat is grounding for sure, especially when one wants to float into the ethers. Eat a juicy burger. Yup. Because that's the thing is that until we all can reach a certain frequency, it doesn't feel good to be like, I'm floating, I'm this, I'm that, and blah, 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 and I'm like here. I gotta get back here because there's nobody fucking over here with me. It doesn't matter if we get to the top of the mountain, we always come back down. Right? We always come back down. Once you get to the top and you've got to certain knowings and certain feelings and certain things, and then you realize there's no point in being here by myself, you're going back down. And you know what I mean? And it's just not possible to sustain certain frequency with the energies right now, certain ways. We all have our different tricks and things that work for us. And the less that we judge those, that we're ready to throw it out the window tomorrow if it doesn't work, or to grab it back after 5 years of saying, I'm never touching that stuff again, and then you need it. You do. I think that most people who've never fluctuated in what they believe this is the best thing for me, they're always going to be slammed with not judging your own self of what your own self is asking you to do or to eat or to do, right?
I'm finally changing my calendar. That it's in July.
Right on.
We are October. My calendar is in July still.
Right on.
I never changed it.
You can leave it there. Maybe it'll be cold, hot out tomorrow, Jason. I'm about to eat a juicy burger myself. Rawr, right on. Trace B. Me? You look like my sister Kim today? Me does? Neato. Thank you. Me right here. I love you, Genevieve. Beautiful Michelle Angel. I love you too, Judy. Trace B, yes. Are you still not smoking, honey? Trace B says, oh my God, I'm going to get me some candy cigarettes. I'm struggling. My World, My Way Hound says, really fancy candy cigarettes now. I think I'll go and make some. I got to look to see what I've got in the cupboard. Cool beans. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. Like you can make homemade Tootsie Rolls. Like everything is possible. I know, because back in the day when I was a chef and we didn't have access to the internet, and then you know, when I could find like books that were written about like certain recipes that you couldn't find else places, but now you can find everything online, right? It's everywhere. Everything that you can buy in a box, you can make at home. And if you can't, then wonder, like, why can't I do this? Because it's, like, so mass-produced, right? It doesn't even exist in our reality to make it. But, you know what I mean? Emoji King, I ended a 30-day fruit juice fast with a fat piece of chocolate cake and a huge glass of milk. How does your tummy feel after 30 days with just fruit juice and then eating cake and milk? I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I never, like, you know, Emoji King, I've talked about this before. I never fast on purpose with a mission or a goal in sight. I just do or I don't, right? But I can't imagine 30 days and then what it would feel like to eat a whole piece of cake. Little G's little. Today, photo day with granddaughter and grandson. That's so fun. Oh, I know. I dread it, I do. But don't dread it, sweetie. Just pretend that it's not even being the camera and just focus on little Oliver. Oh my gosh. Just pretend the camera's not even there. I hope you get through it and have a couple pecs that you're happy with. And if you can't, Trace B, you know what's best for you, sweetie. You're just glad if you get to spend time with him, right? Saturnian Sun, I used to hate being photographed. I as well. Exactly, Jason. Don't fear the camera. You make the camera fear you. Yeah. Exactly. It's no big deal. I started doing my YouTube channel, Jason. I started it exactly on January 17th, 2019, and it was to practice me speaking to humans, right? I've already been on an isolated path for so many years that it's like unbelievable that I don't have, you know, one-on-one, face-to-face conversations that are elevated and stay elevated or sustained, or even that are, I talk about what I would want to talk about instead of just listening like a decoration to what other people want to talk about. So that's why that full frontal me looking, and now I could do this all day and it doesn't, you know what I mean? I don't even, like, I know that I'm here. I can see me, but I don't really see me. I see you guys, right? I see the images of people flashing through that I know your faces, for example. I see energy, I see color, I see the orbs going around sometimes. I don't really see me anymore. You know what I mean? I've streamed with stuff on my face and I didn't even realize that I had stuff, you know, like, because it's not about what it looks like, it's just about being here. I've been on for 85 minutes and 44 seconds. I've never had the live button that way. It's pretty cool. You're welcome, Trippy. Thank you for being here for us, with us. I don't consider that I'm here for us. I think I'm more here with us. I'm just the one that has the platform that's open to find us, to get us gathered, Trippy. Ooh, is Chase here? Did you see Chase? I didn't see him. Yeah, give me some sugar and a palm of salt. Exactly, Trippy. I need not a dictator. Exactly. And any, like, I mean, input is beautiful, saying certain things, but as soon as it's an opinion of what one should do or not, it just, it doesn't even follow through in a fifth dimensional perspective, right? Adam Bell, how you doing? How's your day going, Adam? Yeah, Saturnian Sun, governing the mind. I could do without that. We could all be a lot farther along if others who want to control, just instead of learn, would just let us do what we do. Exactly. I see you, Adam. I'm just really late in the chat. How's your day going? Genevieve says hi. Genevieve says Mountain Rain. I called you Genevieve, Judy. Mountain Rain says hi, Genevieve. I love it. Like the company, floating in the ethers alone is not that much fun. I like to have fun. I like all your company. Same. And it's the thing is that even it's just not possible. We get to rise to come back down, right? And it doesn't even make sense when I say it out loud sometimes, but only when you're at that certain point of that embodiment does it make sense, maybe, right? Trippy, everything was made in a kitchen first, then sold to the masses. But that's the thing. Everything's mass manufactured. There's no actual humans giving their energy to food. So this morning on Instagram, you know, like those things, like that show, like how it's made and stuff like that. Like I've always enjoyed that kind of stuff, right? And anyways, so I got weird stuff that I like in my algorithms of my Instagram. Like I got techie stuff and how things are made stuff that pass through because I like that stuff. But they were showing how they make ice cream bars. And I swear, I was watching this and my eyes were just like, whoa, whoa. And all I could think of is like, holy sweet baby Jesus, the person who invented ice cream bars is rolling over in their grave because no actual humans are touching anything and giving it an energy. It's all machines, right? And how back in the day you would have had machines, but you would have had many people working at a certain factory to make certain things. But now you got one dude to press one button for the whole shebang, right? And how there's no personal touch to food. So imagine, like, think about it. Every single box that gets put out there doesn't have a human touching it per se that loves that box. Then that box gets shipped with a bunch of other boxes in a container of a truck going across all his land, and you know, there's no connection of anything. Glory be and bless those truckers who love their jobs and aren't doing it and hating it, because when a trucker hates his job, he's putting that into his load in the back. So glory be to those that love their jobs and that keep a little bit of an energy for us. You know what I mean? Jason, I found that once I started speaking on the streams, the nervousness just disappeared, and I found I really just didn't care. Yeah. I don't know. I did videos for a whole year, and I never thought I would live stream, Jason. But I find that videos don't unless I want to say something specific that I don't want feedback, or I'm not meant to gather people, I really am not making videos anymore, because I find that having this open and then having people gather and then you guys comment and then I bounce off the comments. Like if I wanted to rant and just talk to myself without anybody's comments or input or how's your day going, then I would make a video. Because if you go back in my stuff in 2019 when I started, my videos sometimes would be like 20 minutes, half an hour long, sporadic, different days and all of that. Sometimes 2 or 3 a day, just pumping out whatever was guided from me, what I needed at the time. But the evolution of me learning how to do that without vanity, without caring, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Has evolved into me wanting to gather us so that everybody can have a place to speak, right? And really the only reason that I don't have a panel and bring people up is just because I'm so not techie that I just don't know how. No joke, right? So it's not really asked or guided of me either, but you know what I mean? Saturnian Sun, the art of war, the way of the peaceful warrior. Yeah. It says, kinda, to be honest, you still feeling a bit nervous? I would say enjoy that little nervousness, SS, because it's nice to have, right? It means you care, if that makes any sense at all. It means that you want to do it. So when you have that giddy anticipation and you're kind of nervous, then that's a good thing, right? So just kind of harness that and just flow what flows. Don't try to structure anything unless that's what you really feel like you should be doing, because especially when you're live streaming, you don't know what energies can come. So when you're ready to flow with it more, you don't have a resistance of like whatever. And when you decide like, this is my title and this is what I want to talk about, like, remember how when I started streaming SS, you would come in my streams and you would say, hey, what are we talking about today? And I would be like, me don't know what's going to come out of me, SS. Whereas I would go into your live stream and you would say, well, we're talking about this, this, and this, because that's what you chose. But you'll see what's best for you. Just don't analyze it and judge it and think that people don't want to watch you if we don't find you, right? That's one of the things, like, when we're not attached and we don't like anticipate that people are going to be there. If you only have one person that you're talking to, SS, sometimes those are the coolest live streams I've ever done. There was only 3 of us. And a lot of stuff can come up. A lot of stuff can come up when it's just a couple people. But, right, who can show up and who can't on the times that you stream, the knowing people get unsubbed to you, people don't get the notifications. So you know what I mean, when you know you want somebody there, you send the link. That's the best way to go, right? And also that telepathy, SS, when I'm sitting around like an hour ago, I was like, oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna stream, but I think I will. Do you guys need me today? Does anybody need me, type of thing? And then I was like feeling like, yeah, just go. Somebody's gonna be there. And you know what I mean? I've been babbling for over an hour because there's always somebody in the stream. So I do mentally send out my boom, 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 that I'm going to be live, more than I'll actually send it out through a text, right? Playing with the syncs, how connected we are. Jason, I found that nerves and worry are not only useless but detrimental, and I try not to indulge as much as possible. Yeah. SS, my favorite book or story is The Devil and Daniel Webster. Can't remember that. Mountain Rain, the energy of people should be in our food, especially those who love their job and the food they work with. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Here in Ontario, they started the V passports, And it's like, well, you go, guys. I haven't sat in a restaurant in over a year and a half. And it's hard to find a place these days where everybody in the restaurant, the whole team actually cares, right? So you can have the restaurant owner who's the cook who really is scared because for a year and a half now his business has been like wee. So his fear, and then his employees, his lack of staff, that resonates inside the food, right? So it's very hard to actually find quality places, right? A lot of times I find that fast food can be good because the team that works at a certain place, well, they love each other. They fucking like working together. Yep, they're just working at Burger King, but guess what? They like each other. So that food actually tastes good because there's an effort put into it of the camaraderie of the team. And that might not make sense, but it really does. It's the same with when you go to a grocery store. When the employees like working there, the food, everything feels better. It resonates. It glows differently than when you go somewhere and people are actually angry placing the food and they actually hate their job, right? Everything's in a ripple effect of energy. SS says Mountain Rain, I will not eat food cooked by an angry person. And I got a story about this. Yeah, I can imagine. And you're right. And you shouldn't cook if you're truly angry. You shouldn't be cooking. Especially, like, I'm going to use the word mother because most often it's the mother, but if a caregiver of a family is cooking and is so angry day after day that they're cooking, and then you ask yourself, like, why is my family dynamic so shitty? Like, why is everybody an asshat in my house? But you're always angry when you're cooking. And you're always angry when you're cleaning. It's better to have a dirty house and eat fast food and eat out of a can and then be motivated and want to cook and want to clean than putting that negative energy into your home and into your food. Like, true anger can actually make other people sick. It doesn't matter if it was the best quality ingredients. Your anger in putting it into your food will give other people in your family. They feel you. You're the mom, right? They feel you. You're the dad. So if you're just shoving food in their face because you have to do it, they feel it. Yes, Mountain Rain says SS. A healthy sense of nervousness is good. It gets better the more I do it, I've noticed. Yeah. Emoji King, I miss my mother's cooking. Yeah, that's even with the recipes, Emoji King, that's almost irreplaceable because the one essence of her, who she is, even if the pattern, everything is repeated. The only time I find that somebody's cooking can equal like the memory of your mother or your grandmother is when your heart is so open that you want it to be as good. Like, you don't want your mom on that, you know what I mean? You want you want that feeling, and so your heart is so open that it might not even taste the same as your mom's, but it feels like it did. I don't know if that makes sense. But yes, I believe that, Mountain Rain. Nervousness is a sign that you care. I believe that, Judy. Right? And everybody's nervousness comes out in different ways, and you know what I mean? But nervousness is a sign that you care. Because really, if you're not nervous at all, then you don't really care the same way. All right? I know I'm saying the same thing. I'm a little behind in the chat. Only 7 minutes. Hey, my Skies 5D. How's the road trip going, dude? How's road trip? How's Heath? How's Dirty Rotten? Have you met more people? Gotta run? The cow sandwich is done. Right on, Jason. Thanks for being here. You're probably already gone. Emoji King. My mom made the best stew. Yeah. I can almost taste it. No joke. I feel like your eye profile picture, Emoji King, just winked at me. No joke. I don't know if that was like a trick or if it was just like I'm seeing things, but Hi, Michelle Leakin. I'm free. Did you come in while I was saying your name earlier? So different, like 22. Does the screen look different to you? How does it feel? Can you hear me good, Michelle? I'm using the YouTube. I'm just streaming directly from YouTube. SS had a video out this morning informing that we could do this, so I was like, I'm gonna try, see how it goes. Unfortunately, it doesn't open any other different benefits for me at all. Doesn't change anything except for, excuse me, I'm not going through an app. Aw, thanks, Michelle. Am I bigger for you on the screen? I think that I am. I don't know. Alex isn't here to tell me. Shouldn't touch the... Takes me a while. The chat is very hard to scroll. If I move it a bit, it just disappears and I gotta scroll everywhere to find it again. My Skies 5D, my handler gives me a script before I come here. Jason says, Mike, tell your handler I say howdy. My Skies 5D, he said he's hungry and he would have you for snacks. Who do you mean? Are you talking about Heath or Dirty Rotten? My Skies 5D, somewhere he heard you had the best in the West Texas area. I have no clue what you're talking about anymore. Trippy, a handler. I don't even know what a handler is, to be honest. Rawr, Jason, burgers straight off the fire? Watch your tongue. Don't open your tongue. Trippy, I'm not sure why the random why. I don't know why you were why. Giant test. Does that mean I'm bigger on the screen, Michelle? Love us all. You just woke up, Michelle? Right on. Forget, I scented you. Oh, I remember. I scented you something. I scented you. He scented you something so you could wake up to it. I don't know if you checked your Skype before you came here, but I sent you a song this morning or a couple hours ago. Sweetie, I really want you to keep your motivation. Do it in little bits and pieces. Do you see how he's sleeping with his head?
Yeah.
He's so
He's
cute,
sleeping
eh?
on my headphones.
I know, he's sleeping on your headphones. Ooh, good question. Trippy says, did you dream free? Sometimes, Trippy, oh my gosh, Michelle has dreams and it trips me right out. No joke. I haven't asked her that question in a long time, dude. I know I dreamed a lot last night, but I can't remember anything. My world, my way, Helen. That is quite true what you say about don't cook when you're angry, and I know that feeling quite well. Oh, sweetie, there are some people who, to be honest, hardly ever tasted what loved food tastes like, right? So you can grow up in a household where somebody doesn't even like to cook, hates to cook, and then actually hates to cook for their own family. So I've cooked for people in my lifetime that never tasted food that tasted so good because they were raised on being cooked before by somebody who hated to cook and who had to do it and who made themselves do it. And guess what? If you're a mom and you don't like to cook and you got kids, guess what? Kids can learn really fast. And I was cooking and making food for our whole house by the time I was 10. Simple recipes, helping more. But then by the time I was 11 and 12, my mom was actually asking me, what do you want me to buy for groceries? Because I would cook it, right? The more that my mom gave me leeway to experiment, the younger that I was, you know what I mean? It made it that I became a chef that I never, self-taught my whole life, because I was allowed to experiment with real food, real ingredients from the time I was so little that at first I was just watching. At first I was just using a butter knife to help. You know what I mean? And it gradually, every step of the way, you know what I mean? Like, I can still remember the feeling of when I had like 100% free reign of being allowed to use the stove whenever I wanted, right? I didn't have to, like, you know what I mean? Because I had proved my worth as a cook very young, that if I said I was going to make a cake, the whole family, for the greater good, benefited from my making a cake, right? And the skills that I learned from cooking for a family of 4 when I was really young made it that the older I got, the more I could just multiply. You just amplify what you make, right? And it was everything. Oh, Eddie, I hope you do. Road Trip Betty says, I'm 42 minutes behind. I'm listening as I walk right now to the dispensary. I'm listening to you as you mentioned the quick live I did last night. Yeah, that was so awesome. I think I'm going to do that a few more times here and there, and then just keep it up for like a half an hour, whatever I'm inspired inside. Yeah, I hope that you do, Eddie, because really, me not gonna lie, there's hardly anything anymore that gets my attention, that feels good, that I want to invest where my eyes or ears are focusing on something. So movies are like out of the question. Most people's YouTube doesn't resonate with me. It's not my circus, it's not my monkey. So especially the music right now, the neutrality of sharing that gift, the gift of sharing that gift is huge. I would wish that anybody who, you know what I mean, like Trippy is putting out more songs lately under his DJ AOE channel. You know what I mean? Anyone who puts any effort of anything that's not matrixy and not opinions and certain stuff is just such an elevator right now, Eddie. It's amazing. And some people's videos I'm a bit behind in, because when I went to the cottage last week, I had put on watch later, and it was like I didn't get to it and stuff. And I'm just remembering that now. As well, I want to say it. If people are making vids and stuff, and you know, you're thinking, well, Genevieve says she likes this, then why isn't she watching me? Well, comment on my stuff or share your vid with me. It is highly possible that I'm not even subbed to you anymore. I know that I'm subbed to Mountain Rain, to Judy, but get this, she doesn't come up in my normal feed ever, ever, ever. She only comes up in my recommended. So it's so weird. But I'm subbed, but she doesn't come up in a normal feed. And I've done the thing where even this week, if I'm seeing channels and it's like, why am I subbed to this channel? Boom, eliminate, eliminate, eliminate. Getting rid of channels that I don't even watch. You know what I mean? So that the other ones can maybe start to pump their way through where I want them, right? Emoji King. I don't think I eat in my dreams. I do. A lot of my dreams are centered around kitchens, to be honest. I dreamed about a month and a half ago a month and a half ago about, I dreamed that I was offered a fully functioning like lodge with a kitchen that was just like, oh my god. When I walked into that kitchen, I got shivers just saying it. In my dream, when I walked into that kitchen, all I could think of is like, there's enough room for all of us to cook at the same time here. And I was picturing like Judy and Angie and Michelle coming in and out of the kitchen. And it was like a super amazing dream. It was amazing. And it's an amazing dream because I love it. There's construction everywhere today, man. Love it. Yeah, it was a super amazing dream because it's in resonance with what I see and what I believe. Like if we, you know what I mean, what I would want to manifest and create for us, if and when I can, whatever's meant to be, I don't even know anymore. My Sky's 5D a bit. Jason has eaten every live stream I've ever seen. In the best snacks in the west side of Texas. Oh, right on. I'd never seen one of his streams. That's funny. I don't tend to eat. I don't eat in streams personally. It's weird enough sometimes when Lily Rose is like chewing on carrots behind me and it sounds like there's a little bunny rabbit behind me. That's kind of funny. Aw, thanks, Michelle. It's bigger and better. I'm not sure I'm crazy about that, but hey, whatever, right? SS says my ego is large. My ego is large, the SS says, but not in control. Me likes to learn things. Yeah. I believe in the ego. It's a part of us. It's about integrating it, loving ourselves for how we are, no matter what, and to use the ego for the greater good, right? Not for just personal gain. A healthy ego. Humble pride, right? Humble pride. I'm so sick of hearing people putting themselves down. It's like, do you think that because you say nice things about yourself that you're being cocky? No. Speak well of yourself, because how you speak of yourself is how you're talking about others as well. So people who put their own selves down, and it's like, whoa, like, no, enough, right? Lift yourself up. My Skies 5D, I haven't even met anyone. I think my pre-arrival dragon entourage did a flyby and blew the carp out of everyone. Yup, that happens to me a lot, my Skies 5D. A lot. Yeah, I feel these days that I'm either cloaked or invisible, and then all of a sudden, like, people are, like, sticking their heads out of their car to look at me. It's fucking freaky. It's really freaky, to be honest. It's very freaky. Did I say it was freaky? Thanks for being here today, my world, my way, Helen. I'm off to bed now. Good night, everyone. Good night, sweetie. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams are made of these. I tickle your cheeks, G. We'd all roll and giggle so loud they would all come to the yard. Emoji King. I don't remember ever eating in my dreams, ever. I wonder, because you wrote it out, if you will have a dream of eating. I personally, I started to realize how, like, my language, because all my like from the time I was zero to 6, I lived in French, and then from 6 to 19, I lived mostly in English and a little bit of French, and then after that, I lived in Quebec. And so the patterns of how I dream, whether I dream in French or in English, it's very rare that I will dream in French. So when I do, those dreams, when I remember, they stand out a lot, because it's, even if I'm immersed in French for days on end, I still will dream in English now. So when a dream comes and has French or any other language, those are like really like, whoa, like why, right? They're noteworthy. And I say that, but I never take notes about my dream. I never write my dreams down. Precedent Exhibit 1 is the crap the moment I left Portland. I'm not going to put on the vid, but I'm not quite sure what you mean. But it would make sense if shit hits the fan just after you left, honey. It would totally make sense that you were guided. Saturnian Sun, I died in my dream once. I've died in my dreams more than once, to be honest. Yeah, Emoji King. Emoji King says, my mom cooked for all 10 of us. Yeah, exactly, Emoji King. And that's where you see, like, the difference of the generations. Another generation, a mother would cook for 5, 10 children, have aunts and uncles drop by sporadically, just, you know, out of the blue, and people would be invited for supper. You know what I mean? Your friend would pop in and they would be invited for supper, and now you have a mom who has to have a meal catered when she has 5 friends over because she doesn't even know how to prep and cook for 5 other people than her own family, because some don't even know how to cook for their own family. You know what I mean? It's freaky. We were talking about that the last time I was at the cottage. My father comes from like cousins who all the cousins, all my grandpa's brothers and sisters had bigger families than my dad's. My dad's is just a family of 4, and everybody else was like 10, and you know what I mean, like the huge French Canadian families back in the 50s and stuff. And that's just it. Like, we were talking about how, you know what I mean, when we would live in Alberta and then all of a sudden we'd go to Quebec, and then everybody would realize we were in Quebec. We were a family of 4. There was a family of 25 already gathered in a house, and then boom, like, we're invited to go. If you're only here for a week, get your butts over here. It wasn't harder to cook for 4 more, to have food ready for 4 more people. Whereas now, like, you throw somebody right off their gourd if there's somebody who shows up unexpected, right? They don't even know. It's can't. It's too much. It's too much. Hey, David Castle, how's your day going? You've been up since 3:30 a.m. SS? I was awake at that time, but I fell back to sleep. I've had a solid week or so of waking up just between, like, I don't know, it's not exactly the same every day, but being up for at least 2 to 5 hours in the middle of the morning time. Between 1 and 5 type of thing, or between 2 and 6. Either that whole time awake or a couple times. Good, I'm glad for you. SS, I love free time. Good. I'm glad for you because you've been working hard. I'm glad that you're got the free time before it was divinely intervention to you. I love you too, Trippy. I'm not sure what you mean, Angelfish. They know the story. You have to pave the way to reach the Care Bear. Angelfish, I saw it, G. I'm not sure what you mean, sweetie. Trippy, Care Bears are awesome. Yeah. Hey, Fang Mistas. Fang Mistas is a lady, by the way, people. Hey, Fang Mistas just dropping in to say hi. Have a great day, everyone. Not a lot of chill time at the moment. I love you too, sweetie. That was the best last night. That cracked me right the heck up. I did not talk a lot in the stream, Mattman's stream last night, but I was there the whole time. I had said I was drawing, but I guess, you know what I mean? Like, I don't usually leave a stream unless I say I'm leaving, especially like someone like, you know what I mean? Like where I'm just normally am. So for Matrix Man or 1111s, I'll usually say goodbye. And if I come back, I'll let people know. I don't like hanging out and not pretending I'm not there. But I drew most of the evening last night, which is nice. And I drew different. I drew different where Lily Rose actually looked at my drawing and she's like, well, that's new for you. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, you always do lines and names and words. Yeah, I haven't seen you do a tree in a long time or something like that. And I was like, I have not. It's been a year since I've drawn certain freestyle drawing. A whole year. I've just been focused on drawing a certain patterns and certain lines and certain things. So I free flowed a lot last night, which was cool. Michelle, manifesting our dreams. That's what we are doing. I see us all together. Yeah. Fang Misters, get to know your inner child. Yeah. Saturnian Sun says, what's your favorite Care Bear, Trippy? I can't even remember the Care Bears names. And I say that, but I shared a Care Bear video, what was it, last month with you, SS? I have the Care Bears in English and in Russian. I mean, I don't know why. It's just a thing. In my subscriptions on YouTube. So I randomly either watch or don't and send. But I sent you, SS, a Care Bear video last month. I know that I did. Yeah, and I have a thing about watching Care Bears in Russian. We don't know why. It's just a thing. I like the Russian. Yeah, Trippy says all of them are my favorites. Together, they are all the best. Yeah, that together thing is important. Amplify. Emoji King, my good friend, just bought a camp in the mountains of Maine called the Inner Sanctum. Huge common area with kitchen, 4 rooms each with 4 bunk beds of 4 acres, 35K. Right on. I actually found a place as well. I'm in Canada that all I would need is the angel investors because I didn't got the money, honey. And me not sure what, you know what I mean, if it's ever meant to be that place or if it's just an idea for the next or what's actually going to be the place. But it's what I'm looking for and what I'm thinking of and what I would want is like a family fishing lodge type of retreat place. So automatically it's in the bush near water because it's already existent buildings, right? So instead of if you build it they will come, well, there's many places already built. It's the people want to sell. So but yeah, I could picture that really easy. SS, not a lot of talk in your dreams? Michelle, I wonder why the amnesia when it comes to the dreams? Why? Because we would go batshit if we didn't have it, Michelle. To a certain point, you know what I mean? The reality of what we actually do in our dream time, I don't even think a lot of us are actually ready for sometimes. How connected we are, how, you know what I mean? It's been since March 2019 that I set up a booth in my dream time that I don't consent to certain things in dream time. So here's the thing. Some people will like have their fantasy life in their dream time. And it's like, I don't consent to that. I realized in March-ish 2019 that, holy shit, I'm being fucked in my dreams. Excuse my language. I'm gonna use that word instead of the R word. I'm being taken in my dreams and I don't like this. I don't like it at all. And so ever since March 2019, I've put up certain things for myself and that doesn't happen anymore. So the way that people are wanton and would want things in real life can transfer
I'm
into
going in the
dream
shower.
time, and therefore to have full awareness that I get to consent in my dreams as well of what happens to me for me in my dream time.
Going in the shower.
Okay. Carpe diem, seize the day. Hey, Sun Mao. Genevieve and family chat. World of Worlds, off the lie games, respect. Surfing through streams later. See you soon. Okay, have fun surfing, Sun Mao. I know you're probably gone by the time I say it, but wee! Stream surfing. You've seen a lot of fives this week, SS? Emoji King, my pigeons are eating Raisin Bran? Really? That's funny. Michelle says, hey Fang, I assumed you were a masculine. That's awesome. Angel Fish, my tribe is abundant. We are free. Yes, guys. Emerald City here. Yeah. I know, SS says, I'm on the Emerald Coast, just boasting a bit. I know, eh, dude? We have an Emerald Plaza not far from here. SS, I like coloring pencils better than crayons. Right on.
I hate crayons.
Lily doesn't like crayons very much. She never really did. Lily went from
I hate
painting.
crayons. They always break.
Yeah,
I'm a marker girl. A
Yeah.
marker and pencil.
yeah, and gel tips and markers, pencil and paint. But you
Yes.
never really enjoyed crayons
No,
much.
they always break. They're so, I don't know, just like the texture.
Yeah, you never really enjoyed them, even when you were really little. Like, not really.
And you can't blend.
No, you
And
can't.
it has those little holes when you scribble.
Yeah. Lily Pop, Lily Pad. SS, do you have coloring pencils? You should print up one of the drawings I did for you that's black and white and color it. SS, you had some very interesting dreams. Right on. My Skies 5D says, my favorite Care Bear is Rainbow Bright. So shiny, you gotta wear shades. Michelle, yeah, my key to life is focus on the magic, not the mania. Yeah, I was even just sitting here last night, Michelle, thinking to myself, like, holy fuck, like, I'm so not focused on the magic. I'm so not bringing in the magic. I'm so not inspired by magical alchemists. It's like, where are the fucking alchemists to get my muse going, right? Like, it's like half of me forgot the things that I know the most because I'm just so embedded in so many fucking things all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, seriously, I can't even. Yeah. My Skies 5D, you guys are quite sparkling yourselves. Keep it up. Keep turning it up. Yeah. SS, yes. There are portals in the brain that takes us to the other worlds. Exactly. You know, I know, SS. Yes, I'm still in this mood and I'm loving it. Good. Write it hard. Yes, she is your girl, Michelle, Lily Pop, Lily Pad. Me loves you. Me too, Michelle. I love the smell of crayons. I as well. My Skies 5D. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let the salmon clean my toes. Right on. Yes, Michelle. And the smell of Play-Doh. Yeah, me too. I get it. Yeah, lily pad. Lily pad. I call Lily pad for a long time. I love it. Yes, yes. Play-Doh was the shits. Yes. In Sedona, Al? Cool. Thank you. I was wondering if you were going to check in today. I was actually thinking about you like a lot in Sedona. Yeah, Michelle, that's right. We forgot the magic. Yeah. Saturnian says, you inspire us, Genevieve. That's your spiritual job, and you're doing great, by the way. Thank you, SS. It is. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not finding inspiration to recharge. Like, I'm self-sustaining recharging, but I'm not getting it elsewhere, right? It's like in my reality, I'm not being offered timelines that are actually for co-creation and certain things. You know what I mean? It's the opposite. The projections and the stuff that you know what I mean? It's just like, whoa. It's taking its toll. It really is. It really is. Sunma, I'm gonna attend the fire. Everyone, see you soon. Right on. Groundhog Spirit. 31, 13, 4. 4 is the door. Time to let go. Michelle, when we love ourselves and recognize the divinity and magic in another, anything less is protection, projection. Yeah. SS. I find that negative karma does not affect me as much when I'm nice. So there's that. Steep downgrade. Holy shit. Yeah, take care. 344, you said that, Al. Yeah, I thought you meant projection, Michelle. Well, I do thank you guys. You guys that show up in my reality here on the live streams, you are amazing. So I thank you for that. It's not a reflection of everything that I get in my reality, so at least I've got this safe place, this safe harbor. So thank you. Right? 31, Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. Endings lead to beginnings, and death is a part of life. So Groundhog Spirit is here to let you know that this is a time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what's familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When Groundhog Spirit appears, it's a sign that there's something in your present situation that you need to let go of so that something new can be born, something that will far better serve you now. When the what the heck? When the groundhog sees his shadow, he retreats to his den. So might you yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. However, the change is coming and it's coming fast and it's good. So let go of your resistance. Spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn into a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Say farewell to what has once served you. Get ready for something amazing to take its place, because Spirit is already sending it your way. Spirit is already sending it your way. Yes, Michelle, we are all divinely protected. Yep. Thank you, Angel Fish. Love your sound, G. Thank you. Wow, thanks, SS. We're all amazing because Genevieve provided the platform for us to be so. Yeah, but Genevieve would not do this if it wasn't for the gathering part, right, SS? It's about the gathering for me. That's my intent. That's for real. You know what I mean? Faith, trust, hope. Faith, hope, and charity. Faith, hope, and charity. Yes, a place sanctum for the warriors to gather. I'm not sure. Give me a second. I know it's in my room. I wonder what time it is. It's weird because on this screen, I can't see my battery life and I can't see the actual time that we are. So that's one of the things that's different with the regular YouTube app to stream so far that I'm noticing, you know what I mean? It's weird to not be able to timestamp what time it is. Plus the live stream counts the minutes like more amplified. I've been on for 139.27. And it's 3:50. My battery's at 52 on my phone, Eastern time. Michelle, me too, sweetie. Actually, I got it when I turned, when I was 13. My dad and my mom gave it to me when I graduated grade 8. Faith, hope, and charity. It was silver. Was yours silver, Michelle? I had the Faith, Hope, and Charity necklace when I was 11. Yep, I had it when I was 11, and it disappeared from my reality before I turned 20. So I either lost it or got taken, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Michelle, I love those pants, Mitchie. Thanks. Check these out. They're just regular black leggings, but this is the side of them. And this is the actual beadwork, and it's the same on both sides. The pants are done. They actually had holes when I bought them at a thrift shop for $7, so they've lasted me a while. But I bought them because of the beadwork. Beadwork is so nice that when I went to my bead store last year wearing these pants, the owner of the store looked at my pants and he was like, "Holy shit, those are amazing. Did you do that?" And I was like, "No, I found that at a thrift shop for $7." And I said, "I don't know why anybody would have gotten rid of this, because I bought them for $7 thinking that if the holes, because there's even a hole in my butt, to be honest, like it's right here, right?" And I told myself, like, if they're so bad I can't wear them, I'm going to cut the beadwork to make I never do double stuff, never, right? Ever do double stuff. So it's double, 2 small beadworks and 2 larger ones, so there's 4 altogether. So I can make something pretty amazing with actual double stuff, because I never make my own double stuff. Never done anything. I've never replicated anything. So yeah, so I thought that was like, whoa, right? $7 for a pair of leggings that will become something else someday. But that feeling of wearing them, and then, because when I say a bead store, like we're talking beads, right? Like real beads, like real serious beaders go buy beads, not Walmart beads, right? And so when the owner was like, "Whoa, your pants are so, like, they're amazing," I was like, wow, because sometimes I like stuff, but like, will somebody else think it's like nice? And like, it was like, no, he thought it was pretty cool too. I haven't beaded in over a year and a half. Beading takes a different type of trance-like energy that I know I've talked about this before, but the beading takes an energy that I really have to feel like, boom, this is home. So truly, I haven't really beaded for real in 2 years. I tried a little bit last year, and I just wasn't able to get into it very much. And I haven't touched beads since I lived here. It doesn't matter how equipped I am. It doesn't matter, like, it's just, I don't feel the energy strong enough, grounded enough, that feels like home, to be in that trance energy. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. But that being said, instead of beading for the last year, I've been drawing. I've pumped out, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got 6, 7, or 8 of these all filled up front to back almost with drawings. So I'm not sure what those drawings are going to be when they grow up, but something eventually will come from that, but I don't know what. Yeah, SS says the first card was mine. The first card was the peacock. Let it shine. That was the first card. I only pulled 3 cards today so far. The first card I pulled just randomly, and then, like SS says, he resonates with this card. He feels like it's for him, and I completely 144% believe that, especially that open heart, let it shine, right, SS? And then Jansu was here. She gave an update on Adam. So Adam Hanamori had the procedure done yesterday to have a stent put into his heart. It will be his 3rd stint. So now he has 3. He's a trinity inside of his heart. He's got the 3 now. Which gives me shivers everywhere, because ever since I ever known of Hanamori and Janice, the 2 of them loving each other, I've been with them in the trinity of them, and I've spoken about it on the streams and with them, that I'm here to anchor them. I believe in them, whether they love each other in this lifetime and are together or not. And the merging of them, that, you know what I mean? I felt them and go through the steps that they went through as who they were, of, you know, finding each other through YouTube, through the channels, you know, learning to know each other, love each other, wanting to be a part of each other's life in a relationship, doing that from afar. then planning to move together, then deciding no, this is not going to happen, then their consequences of each of them having their life path things happen in their life, right? And then now, like, the coming together for real. They live together in New York State, which is just about, I would say, 6 to 8 hours as the crow flies. Hannah Mori, Adam, and Jansu are. So I feel that third stint in his heart, the lucky number 3, will be that, like, right, to bring him, like, to what he needs inside of his body to be able to, like, get to full health, right? To full circle into full health. So thank you for those that were aware when Jansu came in and asked for the energy and the healing and the, just the comfort and support. Thank you to those who were aware and amplified the energy with us. In general, like what she was saying earlier when she came in and she had asked for the card, Mama Kocha is what I pulled for her. Adam was, they were at the hospital still waiting for the release papers for today. So we anticipate that Adam and Jansu will be in their own home tonight, and that this is actually the actual beginning for real of healing, right? That letting go of the timelines of the hospital cycle could be done for them. Because it's a lot, guys, right? It's a lot. It's been a huge year for both of them. Yours was gold. It was a grade 8 graduation gift as well. Crazy sync. Yeah. Personally, everybody who ever really knows me and like listens to what I love, I prefer silver and copper to gold, right? So it's because I like silver the best that's what I got, right? My parents bought me what I loved instead of just whatever. In my life path, it's very strange to me, the people who have chosen to buy me gold because they think gold is better, so they gifted me with that, and it's like, wow, this is really beautiful. This is really beautiful, but like, you still wear it, still it's beautiful, but it's like, this isn't me. This isn't me. You know what I mean? Looking back, I think about when my ex-husband now, but when he asked me to marry him and when the ring was gold, like right there, like I know we were meant to live the life path, the 11 years. So there's no, like, I got 0 of like, whatever, but right there, it was like, I never was able to wear it. Never. We were together. I was with him for 2 years, I think, before we got engaged and then married. So I had the ring in my life for almost 9 years, the 2 thin rings, because they were perfect in the style. They were very plain. They were not like fancy pantsy and whatever. The style was perfect, but it was gold. I was never able to really wear them, no matter what. No matter what. They just didn't fit properly. They hurt. I was never comfortable in them. And I kept those when we separated, and he kept his wedding ring. I don't know if he's ever given it to Samuel, because that was what we said when we separated, when Sam was big enough, old enough, that would be his choice or whatever he's going to do with it. And then I gifted Amy, I think it was on her, like, when she turned 16. And she has worn them ever since. She either wears the engagement ring on one hand and the wedding ring on the other, or she has one on her neck and the other on her hand. She has worn them almost always since the day she got them. So I think that's like the super full circle of like, whoa, right? Me and her father were meant to be together. Like, there's 0 of me that, talks nasty or thinks yucky stuff about my ex, right? You guys know that by now. None of my exes. You should know that by now. But the full circle of, him buying that, I loved it. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. It was exactly the style, but I was never able to wear them. But then my daughter, full circling, and she wears it all the time. So I think that's pretty cool. DKs, just in time. How is everyone? Where's your rectangle, Beeves? Well, DKs, it turns out you can live stream on YouTube with under 1,000 subs now. So I'm actually using the YouTube app. Yeah, I've been streaming for 150.26. Gary SS just confirmed there's been no buffers since I started. So, you know what I mean? If the original YouTube app works for me, then, you know what I mean? I'll use it. One thing I did see when I went to look at certain things about this, remember SS, you said I live stream and then it went to private. The one, when we stream here on YouTube this way, by default, it's always going to go to private. You have to go in and make it public. As far as if I read it properly. So one of the things that is a test for me today is that when I'm done this stream, if it goes automatically to private, that's normal. But then if it stays private and I can't upload it as public, then there's really no point in me continuing to use this. I might as well use the Streamlabs because at least it goes public by itself and I don't have to, you know what I mean? It just allows for this content to be visible at all times. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we'll see. $7, baby. $7. Oh yeah, she put $7. I like it. I like it a lot. D-Case, I barely have written, but I love to. Kind of like your bead mood. Yeah, D. And there's things of our gifts that were kind of put aside in order to embody and discover new things. But the writing's not gone from you. Right, Derek? The writing is not gone from you. And then when it comes back, what's going to flow from you? Whoa. Right? Big time. Yeah, kind of like the bead mood. Yeah, the feeling of like safety, security, home, comfort, not having a whole load of things, you know what I mean? Being able to trance is important. Boom. I don't know why you wrote Mr. Wendell. I'm not going to press on that video you guys are sharing. Mr. Wendell, Mark Wendell. Somebody I went to grade school with. Al says, how did you get rid of the black shadow on your screen? I'm using YouTube. YouTube allows me to stream right now, so we'll see what happens, right? If this one keeps going good. Assess. No, Hanamori's not here right now, but Jansu was here earlier today just filling in on how the procedure went and how he was doing. Al, I'm fantastic. My son turned 23 today. Yes. Right on. What's his name, Al, if you want to share it? My son's name is Samuel. He's 24. Excuse me. D. Case also has a son named Samuel. Hope that's okay for me to say, D. We have that sync in common. Hey, Alexander Ganges Shaman, how you doing? Alexander says New York City is even bigger than Aruba. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Sometimes, Alex, when Canadian stuff happens to me, I think, oh my God, how would Alex react if he was in Canada with this happening? I can't help it. There's so many times now where I think, you know, like, how would Alex react if this was happening in front of him right now? Because this is common for me, right? What's common for me is like, what the fuck? From somebody from Aruba? Oh my God. I would love to take you for a 6-hour drive, Alex. You know what I mean? Like 6 hours of just like, I ain't never seen land like this before. Not this way. Not this way, man. Not this way. I didn't know there was stuff in the world like this. Like, holy shit. Like in buttfuck nowhere, Quebec, bring you around to see like the stuff that even people in buttfuck nowhere, Quebec don't go there, right? We still got covered bridges. There's stuff like, you know what I mean? There's just stuff, just being in the bush compared to the ocean, to be in like the bush with the trees and the no ocean. would be so surreal for you. And I know you've been like, you've done the Netherlands and stuff, but that's Europe. It's a whole, you know what I mean? It's a whole other world. Copper. Yes, I love copper. Saturnian sun. A Capricorn's job is to harvest souls to come together. Yeah. It's definitely part of my soul calling. You know what I mean? I know that. It's been, I've been like this since a child. You know what I mean? Like where that person that I am, like let's say when I was really little, we moved across Canada like a lot of times. Like right in the middle of the school year. Joel? Right on. Thank you, Al. Joel is your son's name. 23 today. Happy birthday, Joel. Right on. Yeah, so we would move really often, and when you get to a school in the middle of a school year, and then you are integrating with a classroom, and you realize like who has no friends, and it's already January, and then you hang out with those people, right? Harvest the souls that need to come together, right? Hi, Nick. The dual beacon of lightning drivers stays super lit. How's it going? 4:02 Eastern time. How was your day, dude? I'm not sure how behind I am. I'm not sure what you mean, Angel Fish, where you put that little emoji. Obviously, she tell them G. SS. I'm not sure what I was talking about 5 minutes ago. People should give a fuck. No way. You went to school with a Mark Wendell too? Wow. He was a friend?
Oh, can I have another ginger ale?
Sure. Oh my god, you look beautiful. I love your hair like that. Did you brush it all?
Yeah.
Yeah? It looks amazing.
Thanks.
I feel like we should go out on a date or something. There's nowhere to go.
I always get dressed up to be the prettiest on the days that we're not going anywhere. But on the days where we are going anywhere, I look like sweatpants and a hoodie.
Yep. You're that kind of chickie.
Stop.
I know. I love you. Yeah, Mark Wendell. I went to grade 7 and 8 with him. He was that kind of dude that was like white blonde. He had white blonde hair. He played tennis. He became a priest. He became a priest. No joke. The last that I had known of him, because I'm not on Facebook anymore, because we all found our grade school classes. We all found each other. But last I known, he was in Michigan. He was in the United States, in Michigan. And before that, he had been in Africa. Yes, Michelle. Wendell Clark, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dude, I swear, my hockey sinks are so through the roof.
Through the roof.
Like, I don't even have words for it, Michelle.
And it's beginning to be hockey season.
It is. I don't even watch hockey. It's not because of that per se. But, like, seriously, my hockey sinks are through the roof. I got my little Calgary Flames little truck beside me, kind of like glowing orangey, yellow, red. As I say, my hockey sinks are through the roof. I got my Toronto Maple Leafs lighter, because I bought a Toronto Maple Leafs lighter a couple months ago. It actually died. It became extinct a couple days ago, and it's sitting on the counter in the kitchen, because I never really throw out my lighters when they don't pump out flame anymore. I keep them for like crafts and stuff. Not that I always do anything with them. You know, you keep a lot of stuff for crafts, doesn't mean you actually do anything with it. No way. SS. Your roommate is speaking French over here? Oh, man. Dude, that's awesome. What kind of French? Quebec French? Canada French? Or like European French? Because that's 3 different worlds.
Like France?
I don't know what you mean, Angelfish. There's a reason no video from here, G. Prove it. I don't know what that means. SS says I live near the Gulf of Mexico. I got Copperhead Road that comes on when you write that down. Alex, you drive in Aruba point to point is 45 minutes or less, 30 kilometers long. I cannot imagine. I only ever, like, I've been to, like, islands here in Canada, but first of all, never small ones like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Vancouver Island is, you know what I mean? It's bigger than that. But
We went to Manitoulin Island in
yeah,
August.
but I've never been off the mainland, you know, and then not been able to leave. I can't imagine. I can't. 30 kilometers long. 30 kilometers long. Like, seriously. That's just crazy to me. That's really, like, not even here to Sturgeon Falls. Whoa. Cool beans. Is Noelle here? As my mom used to say, I was born grown. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, stuff that either I'm missing things. Hi, Mary Wins. Happy Friday, Mary. How's everything going? Love to y'all. Hi, Jen. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mary Wins. Al says my son is in the Air Force. Cybersecurity. We have no privacy. God damn it. SS. Privacy is the least of our worries. No kidding. I personally, I'm so protected and so surrounded that I don't even understand what the word privacy means on a certain level anymore. Right? That's so surrounded feeling. I told somebody the other day, and I fully meant it. I don't really walk around naked so much because, like, my boobs flapping into my angels and guides' faces just as weird to me now. There's, like, so much around me all the time. It's just, like, surreal. I don't even have the words for it. Yeah, SS. Look what we could do when we all get together. Yeah. Paradox. Exactly. Thank you, Paradox. That's so true. Technically, we've never had spiritual privacy. And we never had, with technology, we've never had privacy either. Whether it was a landline or not, we never had privacy. If you think you did, then whoa. Right? Even as a child, I realized that. SS, a cap is always protected. Oh, yeah. I've been protected from things. If you, I don't know if you guys have read Judy's book, but Judy's book in the first, I don't know, you know what I mean? The first 20 pages, first chapters, right? Judy's book, Judy, Mountain Rain. But just freaked me out. Like, when I read it, it was just like, this is my life, man. When the little girl, like, something happens and then she feels herself being pulled, like, pulled out, protected, pulled out. She's not meant to fall and have an issue happen. Protection pulls her out. And it's like, this is the story of my life. I don't know how many times I've been on the highway and like something's coming at me and my hands like just automatically, and I'm in another lane as something is coming like boom, and I didn't even have the time to like react. I got pulled to safety. You know what I mean? That's it. Pulled to safety. Pulled or pushed, even. Bulletproof. Bulletproof. It's a song by Blue Rodeo. You guys know Blue Rodeo? I talked about them before. I don't know what that means. Intrusion needs surrender, or it's... I don't even feel like saying that word today. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't really feel like using the R word today. Sorry, guys. Like really don't. Dance of acceptance. Let's dance. Dance hall days. You guys remember that song, Dance Hall Days? What other song is coming up for me? Our house. Our house. In the middle of our street. Our house. That was where we used to meet. What else? Can't remember. Just random songs coming up lately. Boom. The consistency of the cards sometimes blows my mind. Meaning, like, we're a different day, it's a different stream, and I pull the same cards. Yeah, Michelle, Blue Rodeo. I love Blue Rodeo. I was listening to Rose-Colored Glasses earlier, Michelle. Hey, that way. Much love and respect. You were all loved unconditionally. Gratitude. 7, Aquamarine. Enhanced clarity, discernment, awareness, and acceptance of one's truth. Bye, AOE. Loves you, dude. Have a good afternoon. More than ever, it's easy to get lost in a flood of information. While remaining focused and on task might be difficult when your senses are overstimulated, Aquamarine Spirit has appeared to tell you that you really do have what it takes to sort it all out, become clear as you make decisions. Your powers of discernment are now magnified, and you are poised to make healthy choices for yourself, for the greater good of the all. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Yeah, listening to Rose-Colored Glasses, Michelle. I never took the time to go check what year. I'm gonna check right now. What year that song came out, but it made me cry a little bit. I've been singing it most of my life, right? I'm gonna be 50, and I've been singing this song since I was a child. I think it came out in my end of high school days, but I'm not sure. Year released in, let me see. So yeah, so 1987. I've been singing this since 1987, you guys. You know what I mean? I never expected that halfway through these last couple years that, you know, we wouldn't even be there yet. I'm going to share it with you guys. Pretty much everything that Blue Rodeo ever did is amazing. So it is a band to be discovered if you're not aware of them. If you like that kind of music, right? So yeah, it came out in 1987. I've been singing it most of my life. Telling people we're going to have peace in our lifetime. Sacred Mountain. Sacred Mountain. Be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate your inner source of power. Meditate and wait. Don't move forward till it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and clatter of your life into sweet, quiet solitude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Don't go into it until you find the source so that you can be healed. Resist in the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. You good, Alan? Alan puts up his hand. Ah, dude, you crack me up. Paradox fossils. Good. 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Gaia. Gaia. Mama. Being grounded, slowing down, remaining present in your body is the message that the Greek goddess Gaia has for you right now. Perhaps you spent too much time in your head lately and you have not taken as good care of yourself as you would have liked. Get into a rhythm. Get enough sleep. Commit to getting more time in nature and eat sustainably with conscious awareness. Gaia, the Mother, Earth, invites you to pay attention to your body, for you're a creature of the earth as well as spirit. You're part of the living earth, which is the foundation for all of life that has physical form. What form does your life take? Conscious Gaia reminds you that earth is the playground for conscious manifestation, so be respectful with this truth. Love you, Michelle. It's a beautiful card, eh? Sage wisdom, yeah. Love you too, sweetie. I'll pull a last one and then I'm going to be done. $35, 3 and 5 is 8. The pathway, direction, purpose, change. I'm going to just say this the way that it comes out, but you're writing about the dark beings do not have access to a higher power, therefore they exert force to us to order, manipulate us into thinking the higher power, and da-da-da. But I think it clearly shows with my vibration. I was in one frequency speaking a certain way, and then when certain subjects, certain words started being imprinted on the screen, I'm not able to bring it back up where I was. So the bringing in, the language, the words, the imprinting of what my eyes look at, because I've been on for 179.25. For most of that, I've had a sustained, like, you know, I'm very detached today. I'm not super giggly, super whatever, but just we had a certain vibration of unity, of togetherness, of feeling bonded, and that's not where I'm at since I saw certain words anymore, right? It's just that you know what I mean? Energy flows where attention goes. I'm not even on the right page. pathway, direction, purpose, change. You know where you must go. You know what must be done. This is a moment of hesitation, of integration of all that has led you to this place. The road ahead of you is distinct and clear to those of the hidden worlds, but you pause before continuing, as human eyes cannot always see the path that must be taken for the soul to continue on its journey. Whatever you do at this stage, you must know you are on the path. If you stay still and refuse to move, you are still on the path. And if you run, turn back, and hide for a time, you are still on the path. You will not make a mistake, dear one. You cannot. Your soul knows what it's doing. And all you gotta do is choose the direction which will lead to the most self-love for you. It's not a fantasy or a dream. It's not foolish or selfish, as the human world calls it, to go into the direction that will lead to the fullest expression of your truest self. Trust at this time, because although the path might be obscured to you, you have crossed the bridge in this lifetime, and you are facing the right direction. Keep going, dear ones, keep going. We will guide your every step. You will place your feet on the unseen pathway, and you will climb to the place where you can truly see in all directions. And that, beloved, is the place of wisdom, which is your destiny. Thanks, Al. Flagstaff, heading to Nashville. Cool. Loves you guys. Just gonna stop. Have a super day. Oh, great. Now I don't know how to end a stream. Okay. You may not know what button to press. There's no buttons.
What do you mean? You
I don't.
do it.
It's a different. I'm using the YouTube, sweetie. Do you want your stream to end? Yes.